Mm. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, happy Sunday to everybody. So I'm starting off with the camera straight on the beads today because I'm doing shell and the special lighting that I have set up doesn't work really well with the white shells and um so we're starting off that way. And incidentally, if I don't have all my special lights on, I don't look so well. So anyway, so that's why we're starting off like that. Um so we've been having such a great weekend showing you all of these beautiful beads. Good morning. Hello to Sandy, Victoria, Esther, um, and we got lots of friends on here. Um, so the last few days, let's see, what have we been showing you? We've been showing you The Bead Goes On, Hands of the Hills, Pacific Silverworks, Priscilla Marban, Saki Silver, um, Tribal Links, Modern Antiquarium, all kinds of fun things. And today we're going to be doing shell and petrified wood from Aloha Gems. And then a little bit later, we're going to do Pema Arts. So I'm just going to get started. But right before I do, I just want to remind everybody how this works. So I'm going to show you things. Everything's going to have a code. And right here in the comments, if you're watching on Facebook, you can comment with the code. So for instance, for this one, you would say AGU 161. And if you want more than one strand, just do times however many strands. Um, the second option would be to write down everything that you want and then send me an email. If I don't already have your email address, make sure you get that to me either by sending it to me in an email or sending me a message because we do all of our billing through PayPal. Okay, so these are um, Troca shells. They're from the Pacific Ocean and they are 100% natural. They're not dyed. And as you can see here, it is a cute little dolphin. And the strand is, there are 16-inch strands. And let's see, there's one, two. There are 20 dolphins on the strand. And this strand is $18. So I think that comes out to what, 90 cents a piece? So this one is AGU 161. AGU 161. And then we have these really sweet little birds. Hi, Patty, Cheryl, Lorraine, Carol, I mean. Good to see you all this morning or this afternoon, depending on where you are. Okay, so here we have these really cute little birdies. And there's a little the little eye is painted. Yeah. And this one is AGU 165. They are 4 by 13 millimeter, 15.5-inch strands. And let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Looks like there's about 20 little birdies on this strand. Okay, 66. Get the right paper for this. Okay, so this one is AGU 166, and they are 9 by 20 millimeter fish, 15.5-inch strands. And again, these are natural color. They are not dyed. That's the fish. 159. Okay, and here we have I know I'm showing the whole clumps here, but they're sold by the strand. So this is a 10 millimeter clam shell design. This one is AGU 165. $16 for 15.5-inch strand. These are little birds in flight. This one is AGU 162, $18. They're 15 by 20 millimeter. Okay, these are little fish. They're 9 millimeter. The strands are 15.5 inches long. This one is AGU 156, and it's $16 for the strand. Okay, this one is AGU 160. These are 10 by 15 Nautilus shells, 15.5-inch strands. These are really cute. Okay, move on to my next tray here. Let's see, 171. So this one is AGU 171. $18 for the 15.5-inch strand. These are 13 by 18 millimeter leaf shape. Again, these are all natural and they're not dyed. And these are little 167. I was going to say that's not the right code. Find the right code. Get this done right here. Okay. So these are little squirrels. They're 8 by 20 millimeter. The strands are 15.5 inches long. And this one is AGU 167. And it's $18 for the strand. And these are little flower shapes. They're 8 millimeter. 15.5 inch strand, $16, AGU 168. A pearly white Troca shell from the Pacific Ocean. These are like a little tulip flower. Okay, this one is AGU 163, $18, 10 millimeter flowers, 15.5 inch strand. There's another little fish. This one is AGU 158, $18. The fish are 10 by 18 millimeter. These are little scaled fish scales. Okay, this one is AGU 164, $16 a strand. And they're butterflies. They're 6 by 8 millimeter. We're definitely getting into the season of beach spring shell jewelry. I know it's frozen across the country right now, but soon it will be warming up. Stars. So pearly white troca shells from the Pacific Ocean, 15 millimeter stars. The strand is 15.5 inches long. One is AGU 70. And these are whale tails, 8 by 12 millimeter. This one is AGU 169, and they're $18 a strand. And these are bears, 18 by 12 millimeter, AGU 157, AGU 157, and these are $18 a strand for the little bears. Okay, so that was the animal and flower designs and shell. Let me get my other trays over here. These are gorgeous, and they sound gorgeous too. Let's see. This one is 177. Let me find my little information sheet. Okay, so these are made pearl. They are one or two. Oh, okay, this must be the little, this is what the little Mabe here is. So some have one and some have two. And they are 20 by 25 millimeter. The strands are 15.5 inches long. These are 100% natural. They are not dyed, and the little note here says extremely rare. These are AGU 177, and they're $22 a strand. Let me see if I can get one strand. You can see one strand. So that's one strand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12 on a strand. I love how they have the hole at the top and the bottom. This is going to make a really great earring. And they're beautiful on both sides. So again, this one is AGU 177, $22 for a 15.5-inch strand. Yeah, Terry, I love these. I hope that the color is coming through decent. The color is natural. They're not dyed. And it's M-A-B-E pearl. I don't know if that's maybe pearl or Mabe pearl. I'm not sure exactly on the pronunciation on that. Okay, these are honey spiral Troca shells. They're from the Pacific Ocean. These are 10 millimeter round, and the strands are 15.5 inches long. It's 100% natural. They're not dyed. This one is AGU 155, $16 a strand. Now this is the 10 millimeter, and I have this same bead in 8 and 6 millimeter as well. It's kind of a natural beige color, but then it's got whites and ivory and a little bit of black in there. They're really gorgeous, very natural looking. So the 10 millimeter is AGU 155. And then the 8 millimeter AGU 154. And they're $14 a strand for the 8 millimeter. And then the 6 millimeter is 153 for $12. Now, Aloha Gem, their prices are kind of wholesale. I think their prices are really, really good. So here's all three of the sizes: the 6 millimeter, 8 millimeter, 10 millimeter. So the 10 millimeter was the 155 for $16. The 8 millimeter is 154 for $14. And the 6 millimeter is 153 for $12. Someone asked about shipping costs. We ship USPS. So basically shipping is whatever USPS is charging us, and then we add $2 to $4 for handling, depending on whether we're using a USPS box or one of our own boxes. Sorry, I just have to find the right code here. 179 and 180. I love these tags that Tommy printed out for me. Really makes my job easier. Okay, so these are pearly white troca shells, and these are honey golden troca shells. These both have a large hole. The hole is 2.5 millimeter large. These are from the Pacific Ocean, and they're 8 millimeter rondelles. The strands are 15.5 inches long. The color is natural. They are not dyed. The white is AGU 179 for $24. And the honey golden is AGU 180 for $24 a strand. So there's the white. And then here's the honey. So those are the large holes too. So those can be used on the stretch bracelets that everybody's doing. Okay, these are champagne abalone. They're from Mexico. 10 millimeter freeform is the shape. 15.5-inch strands. These are not dyed. This one is AGU 173, and they're $12 a strand. The really sort of champagne pinky tones in there. Okay, this one is dark champagne abalone from Mexico, 10 millimeter, 15.5-inch strands. The color is natural. AGU 172, and these are $12 a strand. So this has got some like rich, almost some purpley tones in there. So these are orange spiny oyster from the Caribbean, um, from the Caribbean Sea and the Gulf of Mexico. These are 9 by 15 millimeter tubes. The strands are 15 by 15.5 inches long. The color is 100% natural. These are not dyed. AGU 176, and these are $28 a strand. These are really gorgeous colors on there. Okay, these are queen conch shells from Bahamas. They're 20 by 25 millimeter. The strands are 15.5 inches. The color is natural, not dyed. The note says extremely rare. This one is AGU 178, and they're $24 a strand. Again, these have the really cool with the hole at the top and the bottom. So they can be links or separators. The one side is kind of a little bit more white, sort of white ivory china looking. And then the other side is a really soft pink. Strands are 15.5 inches. And there's about 17 beads on each strand. Okay, this one, I don't have the larger tags for these, so I'll have to read these off to you. This one is AGU 128, and this is wampum shell, which is from New England. This strand is $38. These are, where's my millimeter gauge go? Oops. I'm dropping everything. Those are 10 millimeter. And again, this one is AGU 128, and it's $38 a strand for the 10 millimeter. And then we also have the wampum in, I need my glasses, in the 6 millimeter rondelle. These are probably 15.5 inch strands. Yeah, 15.5 inch strands. This one is AGU 126, and it's $28. So we have the two sizes in the purple wampum. This one is red spiny oyster from the Caribbean, and we have that in the 10 and the 6 millimeter. The 6 millimeter is AGU 123. And it is $32 for the strand. And then the 10 millimeter is AGU 125. And it is $46 for the strand. Those are all natural, they're not dyed. And then here we have sunset orange spiny oyster shell from the Caribbean. And this is an 8 millimeter and the 6 millimeter. The 6 millimeter is AGU 117. AGU 117, and it's $28 for the strand. And the 8 millimeter is AGU 118. And it's $34 for the strand. This is the Sunset Orange Spiny Oyster, and these are little chips. And this one is $14 a strand. For the 15.5-inch strand. This one is AGU 116, and it's $14 a strand. This is Noble Pectin Scallop Shell, AGU 104, and it's $14 a strand. They're 7 to 8 millimeter Hishi, and it's kind of well, there's different colors. So there's pink and yellow and purple. This is actually really cute. 10 AGU 104, $14 for the strand. Okay, these are Shiva eye, and we have 14 millimeter and 12 millimeter. The 12 millimeter is AGU 106, and they are $24 for the strand. These are natural. All of these shells are natural. These are from the Pacific Ocean. So this is the 12 millimeter Shiva eye. And then here we have the 14 millimeter, and the 14 millimeter are $26, and it's AGU 107. There's the two sizes next to each other. They're pretty similar in size, 12, 14. And just to repeat, the 14 millimeter is $26, AGU 107, and the 12 millimeter is $24, AGU 106. And these are nautilus shells from the Pacific Ocean. This is a 30 millimeter coin. This one is $110 for the strand. Just gorgeous. The code for this one is AGU 131. These would make beautiful earrings. There's 14, so you could get 7 pairs of earrings out of it. And then this is the Nautilus in 25 millimeter. These are $85. And this one is AGU 130. And then we have the Nautilus in a heart shape. Really pretty. This is a 30 millimeter heart, and these are $110 for the strand. And this one is AGU 134. And then we have the 25 millimeter Nautilus Heart, which is AGU 133, and those are $85. And then we have the 20 millimeter heart, which are $65. And that one is AGU 132. And then I had to look up the price for these. This is the 20 millimeter coin, Nautilus coin, and these are $65 for the 20 millimeter. And that one is AGU 129. Okay, then we have some Troca Shell in the little clover shape. Oops. So this is the white Troca Shell, and the millimeter, they're about 10 millimeter. This one is AGU 109, and it is $12 for the strand. And this is Black Lip Oyster from Tahiti. And this one is $14 a strand. It's AGU 113. It's kind of got some taupe colors in there. And that's the 12 millimeter and then a 10 millimeter in the same. 10 millimeter is AGU 1112 or 112, so 112. And it's $12 a strand. So the larger one is 14, the smaller one is 12. AGU 113 and AGU 112. And this is Golden Lip Oyster. And I have it in the two sizes. The larger one is AGU 111, and it's $14 a strand. And then the smaller one is AGU 110, and it's $12 a strand. And this is Queen Conch Shell from the Bahamas, AGU 115. It's $24 a strand, and these are 14 millimeter. It's just a really pretty natural pink. This is a 10 millimeter, $14 a strand. And this is the Queen Conch Shell. This one was AGU 114. Okay, I need to adjust my light now because I'm doing some darker color things that need more light. So I'm going to put this little graph up just for a minute while I change my setting on my camera and turn on a few more lights. Just bear with me here a minute. The postcard I put up, that is the show that we're doing next week. And it's going to be all Jim. No. really looking forward to that. All right. My son taught me yesterday how to adjust the camera on here, so let's see if I did it. He's at work this morning, so I had to do it all by myself. All right, let me move my graphic. There we go. Okay, that looks fantastic. So I know a lot of people have been waiting to see these. They're so gorgeous. They're petrified wood. Let me find my little information sheet here. Petrified wood from Madagascar, 12 millimeter rondelles. It says grade AA. The strands are 15.5 inches, and the color is completely natural. They're not dyed. They're $24 a strand. AGU 190. I've got 10 strands, so I know these are going to go fast. They're heavier than I would have thought. For some reason, I always think of petrified things as being lightweight, but these are, they've got good weight to them. Okay, looks like I've already sold 3, so now we're down to 7. I know, I think these are just gorgeous. So AGU 190, $24 a strand on those. Okay, put these over here. Let's see, these are Shiva eye shell from the Pacific Ocean, AGU 108. They are 12 to 14 millimeter, and these are $22 a strand. It's kind of a green and white and taupe. I know, Terry, I think you've been asking for those. Been teasing you with them for weeks. Not on purpose. Let's see, that's those. Okay, these are Akoya pearl shells. They're from Japan. They're 8 millimeter hishis. They're 15.5 inch long strands, 100% natural. They are not dyed. And it says it's the actual shell. It's the actual shell for the expensive Japanese Akoya pearl. I'm not sure exactly what that means. But these are, I wish you could like see these in person. They just, each little hishi is just got luster and different colors in it. It's really, really beautiful. This one is AGU. Looks like they're a little bit delicate because I have a couple little pieces here. That makes sense. AGU 152. These are $12 a strand for the 15.5 inch strands. Okay, I'm going to put these down here again just to look at while I grab a couple of other things here. Move some things out of the way. Okay, I know I showed these earlier, but I just wanted to them up here again with the different lighting. These are the AGU 177. They're $22 a strand. And I think they're just absolutely gorgeous. So I thought they were worth a second showing. Okay, so that was my collection of shells that I had to show everyone. And now we're going to move on to Pema Arts. She shipped me a couple more boxes, so I have some new things that I haven't shown you before. Pema Arts designs and has all of her things made for her in Nepal. And she uses various stones, crystals, glass, resin. The metals are brass and like 800 silver. They're not sterling silver. This is a little pendant, brass and crystal. The code here on these is going to be PEA and then the number. I think you can see those pretty good, so I'm not going to repeat all the numbers. I'm just going to show you the pieces. My voice starts to go after a while when I repeat. And I think when you can see the code really well, it's probably less distracting too to just read it. So this is like a lime green, some type of dyed quartz with the silver metal. This I believe is a glass stone, a rich orange color with the silver. These are all pendants so far that I got in this tray. Little green skull with the brass. Turquoise and silver. Tiger's eye and silver. So I have an email scheduled to go out this afternoon, which will have links to all of the Flickr albums for everything that I've shown you over the weekend. So that's a good place to just make sure you didn't miss anything. A little puka shell in there. So if you're on my mailing list and you're getting my emails, then you will get that email. It's always good to check your spam folder. If you're not on my mailing list and you would like to be, you can go to holby.com and there's a place you can sign up, or you can just send me an email and ask me to add you to my mailing list. This is a little check glass stone in there. Little agate with brass. Some of these are some of the new ones that I just got from her. Little chip glass faceted jet with silver. Her prices are really good too. Like a deep sort of brick red resin with brass. Kind of an amber colored resin. Cobalt blue transparent glass with silver. Pretty shade of green. Glass with silver. Quartz with brass. This has got silver and brass, turquoise, coral, kind of this bone color here. This one's too heavy for earrings. Pema Arts, people see her in Tucson, and she does our Santa Fe show, our New York show, sometimes Las Vegas. She's usually in Denver. This is a dyed coral. This is like an amber colored resin with brass. And this is a carved bone with brass. Dyed coral branch, brass. Carved bone. It's like a piece of slate. Coral, dyed coral. Dyed coral with silver. Turquoise and brass. Brick colored resin with silver. It's really pretty. It's a dyed coral set in silver. I like that she sent me all these smaller ones. So many of her pendants are quite large. So it's nice to have some of these smaller pieces. The check glass, white faceted with the brass. It's a really pretty yellow glass with brass. Very ornate designs on there. It's a resin cross with brass. Little pink quartz. Okay, so those were the new pendants from Pema, and then I have some beads from Pema also to show you. Okay, so this one is it's got a dark red in the background, and it has all these inlay pieces with turquoise and blue and silver. A lot of details in there. This one's really pretty. It's got like these little inlay pieces of metal set in with the crushed turquoise. The metal is brass. A lot of detail. It's about a 18 millimeter probably. If anyone needs to know millimeter sizes, just let me know. I can grab that. This is like a blue, probably a resin. The silver caps. This is about a 25 by 30 millimeter. This has got the red band around the side and then the turquoise on the front. The metal is brass. Very unique. And this has got some purple and silver and brass and turquoise. It's about an 18 millimeter bead. This has got silver and brass, turquoise, red. This one's about 14 millimeter. Red with silver and brass. A lot of detail on the edges of this one. And this is a bone color with brass. About a 20 millimeter bead. This looks like a check glass in the center there with goldstone. And the caps on the sides are silver. And this has got the crushed turquoise and coral with brass. Kind of an aqua capri blue glass bead with these little silver caps. About a 10 millimeter bead. A silvery pearl. I mean a golden pearl bead with the silver caps. This has a real old, sort of ancient look to it. African amber colored resin with the silver caps. Dark red resin with the silver cap. With a white ivory bone with turquoise and coral crushed with brass. A dark red resin with the silver cap. The check glass faceted bead with the silver cap. Kind of a turquoise green color. Same color as my nails. Let's see. That's black. It's black, or is it dark? Yeah. Couldn't tell if that was a dark blue or a black. Little black glass bead with silver caps. Here's another one of the ones with the little inlay around the edge. Brass with turquoise and coral. This is an orangey amber resin with brass, turquoise, and coral. It's got black in the center with the silver. This one's really unique. This one has more metal than some of the others with the crushed turquoise and coral brass. Okay, a few more of these here. A few more Pema things. We're getting close to wrapping up the weekend. Does anyone have any questions? Or is there anything that I've shown over the last couple of days that anyone wanted to see again before we draw a close to this weekend's show? I'm going to have a fun week packing everybody's orders. I love gathering up all the beads together and seeing each individual person's order. Really fun. This one's really unique and ornate. Oh, Vicky, you missed the beginning of the shells. I'm sorry. Was there a particular shell that you were really looking forward to seeing? I could show it again. Before I close out today, if you'd like. This video will also post to the wall, to my wall, my Facebook wall. The 10mm round. Okay, I can show those again. I'd actually like to see them with this light anyway. So that'd be good. I'll show those when I'm done with Pema's. Excuse me. So this is like an amber resin, and then it has the turquoise and coral and brass inlay. Dark red resin with brass. This is a pretty design on this one. Another one of the little ones with the crushed turquoise and coral. Yeah, I'll show all of those together. A few more here. This one is all turquoise. Let's see. Roy says, are there two? Yes, I have multiples of all of these, so you can order in multiples. Just indicate that. So, Roy, if you wanted two, you would just put PEA 67 times 2. And if I sell out of something and someone has asked for 2, and if it seems like it's something that someone's buying for a pair of earrings, I wouldn't ship you just one without checking with you first. This is a resin with the crushed turquoise and brass, and then coral on the side. To remember to pull back. I keep getting closer and closer. And then I look up and I'm like, oh, I'm out of frame. This is kind of like an iridescent reddish resin in there with the silver caps. This one's more of a bright cherry red with turquoise and brass. Carved resin. It's a skull. Very primitive looking skull. turquoise and silver. Okay, and I'm going to show you just a few of her bigger pieces. I have all of these photographed as well, so those will be posted online or on my page as well as on Flickr. But I'm going to show a few here. So this is the backs of these are really amazing too. A lot of detail. So this is obviously a heavy piece. A lot of these larger pieces are more limited. I don't have as many of them. The labradorite stone in that one. And so you can see her prices. So this one I retails for 50, but we're selling it for 20. Got a pretty purple stone. And so this one retails for 60, but she's got a price on it here of 35. This one's one of my favorites. It's got the shell. Got a bird on the back. With an elephant on the back of that one. Flower floral design. This one's just smooth on the back. A butterfly. That's some kind of a blue stone. And the back has a flower. I'll pull out a few more of these to show you. For fun. Okay, here's a little one, little Buddha head. A really dark red dyed coral piece. Got a flower on the back. So this one retails for 70 and her price on it is 40. An elephant on the back. Happy white. See, pendant. Let me see if I can find that pendant. Kathy's asking about a pendant. Perhaps this one, Kathy? Oh wait, it had coral and turquoise. Hmm. There's this one. Oh, mainly white. Okay. All right, we'll get to it. Maybe I'm thinking maybe this one. But right now I can't think of what this bead right here is called. Has a name. My brain doesn't know what it is at the moment. This one has a check glass crystal in there. Oh, good, Kathy, we found it. This has a little turquoise and crystal bead in there. This is a really gorgeous color, real rich, sort of carnelian orange. The back is really pretty too, this little flower motif. Two and a half inches long. I think I didn't. Oh yeah, I did. I showed this one, but in silver. This one's in brass. Okay, let's see what else I have in this tub that'd be fun to show. Comes across. This looks like it's wood. I think it's wood set in there. The back has this flower motif on it. turquoise or coral and brass. Crystal quartz piece. Another one with the quartz. This one's just all metal. And a pretty stone at the end, and has all these little designs. There's fish, two fish, so I guess this is for Pisces. Another one with the quartz. And here's a dyed coral branch. It's a really pretty pink color. Okay, I have about 10 more of these here for you. This is a black onyx. The flower on the back set in brass. A dyed coral piece. Shell with silver. That's a cow or a goat? I'm not sure. I think it's a skinny cow. Conversational pieces, right? The Buddha head with the turquoise. And then the carved bone. This is the last of Pema Arts. There for a minute. Move all these out of the way. Oh, I gotta get the tags. Okay, these are for Vicky or anyone else. Um, so these are Troca Shell beads from the Pacific Ocean, and we have them in 3 sizes. We have the 6 millimeter, which are AGU 153 for $12 a strand. Um, Aloha Pearls has not signed up for any of our virtual events. We do have next week, we're going to have TA Pearl, and they have some beautiful, beautiful pearls. So you should tune in to check those out. And then here's the shell in the 8 millimeter. 8 millimeter is AGU 154, and they're $14 a strand. And then the 10 millimeter, which is AGU 155, and they're $16 a strand. I can't decide now if I like these better with the lighting or the way I was showing them earlier today. They look pretty good right now. Yeah, TA Pearl is great. And they just shipped me a box of new things. A lot of Baroque pearls too. I know that a lot of the supply chain is difficult on some of these things, some of the pearls. So these I was showing earlier too, and I want to see them under this lighting. These are so pretty. This one is Akoya shell, Hishi. These are $12 a strand. 8 millimeter Hishi. And this one is AGU 152. And these are Abalone. Yeah, see, I think this looks better under this lighting. Let's see, this one is AGU 172, Abalone shell. And this is dark champagne, 10 millimeter. I gotta find my little cards. Put those away already. $172. These are $12 a strand. I don't know, was anyone watching earlier and now watching and seeing this one now? If anyone was, if you have an opinion on the two different light setups, that would be great. These look a little more washed out, I think. So the abalone comes in the two colors, the dark and then the light. Okay, hearts and rounds. I don't think these are going to show up as well with this light. We'll show them again. I also want to show these again. Okay, so the hearts, there's 30 millimeter, 25 millimeter, and 20 millimeter. Okay, Lindy says the first setup was better for the shells. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that too, but it's interesting to see it both ways. Especially the more white the shell is, I think. Those look a little washed out. These are the Spiny oyster shell. And this one is AGU 176. Get a price on those. $176. Yeah, I had this all organized and then I put it all away. So I don't know what the price of those are. Yeah, see the white ones get washed out in this light. But the darker ones look good. Okay, well, anyone that missed any of the other shells, if you want to, oh, here's the price of these. 176, they're $28 a strand. Okay, all right, I'm getting unorganized now, so I'm going to stop. And I'm going to chat about what's going on now. So, at the end, when I end this video, I'm going to go on and post photographs of everything that I showed you today. And I'm going to send out the email, which has the links to Flickr with the albums for everything that I showed you for the whole weekend. And then I'm just going to wait for all your orders to come in. And I'm going to get all those orders shipped, invoiced, hopefully starting tomorrow into Tuesday, Wednesday at the latest. And then once I get all those invoices paid, we'll start shipping. And next week is gemstones and pearls. So make sure you tune in for that. Let me put my little postcard up. So we're doing Aloha Gems, which we did today, with their shells. But next week it'll be all of their gemstones. And then we have Bollywood beads. Um, and we have Pans Trading, which is pearls. We have the Perfect Gem, which is beautiful, all different gemstones and different shapes. Queenly Global, who is new to me for the virtual show, but they do our let's see, they do our Denver. They exhibited our Denver show, and they have beautiful gemstones. I was really excited to get all the things from them. TA Pearl, and then I think we have a few others as well. So that's going to be next weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, February 26th through the 28th. I think that about wraps it up for today. So, thank you so much for being a part of my weekend, and I hope you enjoyed all of the beads that I brought to you. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email. I'm available all the time. um, so, anyway, have a great rest of your weekend, and thank you so much, and I'll see you next weekend. Okay, bye.